Hello friends, Krista here. Thank you for stopping by Books and Jams. It is Friday and time to start another weekend reading vlog. It's 11:45. I got off work a little early today. I normally work till noon and I normally go straight to the chiropractor after work on Fridays, but good news, my friends, good news. Jordan is coming home today. He is just waiting for the nutritionist, I think he said. So he has to meet with one more person in the hospital before they will discharge him. But then he's getting discharged. So I'm coming straight home to grab lunch and wait for the call. So I'm going to finish getting the couch kind of set up for him and clean up the rest of my stuff out of the living room so he can be comfortable in there as well as in his room. But I'm very, very excited. It's been a long time coming. For those of you who don't know, my brother went into the hospital on January 25th. He has sickle cell anemia, which is a blood disease, and he had just a really, really bad month in general. We were very worried right at the beginning that it's possible he wasn't going to make it, but he did. He pulled through after 3 weeks on a ventilator and sedated and all of this business. He has a long ways to go. He's super duper weak, but he's coming home. Yay! I'm so excited. I finished my second middle grade March book yesterday, Out of My Heart by Sharon M. Draper. It's a sequel to Out of My Mind. It was lovely. It was a lovely read. I have not yet started something else. So at some point today, I need to decide what I'm going to continue reading. But while I make lunch, I'm going to listen to Voyager, which is not a middle grade book. It's one of the Outlander books. It's book 3 in the Outlander series. And I started it a really long time ago, but I'm less than 7 hours left on the audio. So I really want to make a good dent, and I've made a good dent. I really would love to finish that in the next couple days. I'm still reading in print Keeper of the Lost Cities. So basically I just need to choose another audiobook, but I think I'm going to wait until after I finish Voyager to choose another audiobook. And I think it's going to be Peter Nimble because I have that on Scribd. Peter Nimble and His Fantastic Eyes by Jonathan Auxier. So that I think will be my next audiobook. I'm also reading Keeper of the Lost Cities. And on Monday, I'm going to start When You Trap a Tiger, but there's time in the middle there to read one of my shorter books. So I'll look at my stack later and decide what I would like to pick up. I'm excited though that Jordan is coming home. I'm so excited. So I'm going to go grab lunch quick and hopefully get everything I need to do before he comes home done before he comes home. So I will chat with you a little while later. Hello. It is now, well, I can't even see the time. It's like 6:30 maybe. I have made pumpkin soup for my brother and I. Oh my word, I look like a hot mess. I sat for a while and started a new puzzle today. It's like this Pepsi Cola one. Pretty cute. It's been on my shelves, so I want to do it and pass it along. Made pumpkin soup for Jordan and I and brought him home. Did I say that? He's home? He's home. He's he's set up in the living room. He just got done doing his PT exercises and he's just watching TV and resting, and I just made him some soup and brought him something to drink. And now I did the dishes. They're all clean and drying over there. Yay. They were all over the counter. Sorry for the dizziness. But now I'm going to sit and read. I have one video to edit for tomorrow, so I'm going to kind of alternate reading and editing. I did, while I was doing the dishes and cooking, I listened to the beginning of Peter Nimble. It does seem pretty quirky. I was warned about that. I feel like, so with middle grade books, there are some that adults and kids can love, and then some that are just really geared more for kids. Well, I think they're all geared for kids. Ultimately, that's why they're in that category of books. But some of them are much easier appreciated as well by adults. And I feel like Peter Nimble, as of right now, it's still just the very beginning. I feel like it's just going to be a fun story that might be more just geared for kids. I don't know. I had been warned about it because some people didn't love it. So the main character is blind. It is not about his experience being blind because he's still able to get all around the city and he's a thief, and it doesn't go too much into how difficult those situations are for him. Like, he just has this amazing ability to smell things and to like pick locks and all of these other things, which just doesn't seem to make sense for somebody who's blind. But it is a bit of an adventure, and it's quirky and so far fun. So I'm enjoying it for what it is. But like, I just read Out of My Mind and Out of My Heart by Sharon Draper, which is about a young girl who has cerebral palsy. And it goes deep into what that experience is like for this young girl, living in a wheelchair, not being able to communicate, being mocked and made fun of, or just simply overlooked. The difference between her like special ed classroom and being when she was able to take classes in with the normal kids or whatever. Like, it goes deep into that experience, which I think is so good for kids to read about. This Peter Nimble is very different. Like, this is not the book to read if you want to know what it's like to live as a child who can't see. Not that kind of a book at all. But I am going to switch gears now and read some more chapters in this one. My buddy, I'm reading this with Amy's Bookish Life, and she just already voxed me about the next 7 chapters, and I have not read any further since our last chat. So I'm going to read this one tonight, as well as edit a video. So I'm gonna finish putting the soup away. Actually, I think it needs to cool down a little more. So I'm gonna let the soup cool and go get started on some of this stuff and come back and put it away. But yeah, I need to make my to-do list for the weekend. I already am doing laundry, so I don't have to worry about that tomorrow. I did not go to the chiropractor today, so I'll have to do that at some point tomorrow. But really, I'm just gonna kind of chill and hang out with Jordan and read and make sure he does his PT and takes his meds and all that good stuff. Just see how he's doing. So, yay. He's home. Yay. Hello, my friends. It is Saturday at 11:20. I have been enjoying a relatively slow morning. Well, a very slow morning, which means I'm still in my pajamas. I have not done anything to my hair or face or anything. I am just relaxing. But I did complete, I don't have it here. I did complete The Family Under the Bridge. I started and finished that this morning. And I also started last night or today. I can't remember when I think I started this last night while I was doing dishes. Yeah. I started Peter Nimble and His Fantastic Eyes. Oh yeah, because I talked to you about it already last night. I am about 87 pages into that one. I did paint my nails this morning, which I will have already shown you in a clip. And soon I'm going to go outside for a walk because it's going to get up into the 60s this afternoon. Mid to high 60s. So yay, it's going to be a beautiful afternoon. I am also going to go to the chiropractor in a little while, but it's almost noon and I need to get going on my to-do list for the day, but I just wanted to kind of give you an update. So I did finish and start, like I said, start and finish The Family Under the Bridge, which completes the book that's older than me prompt. I think it was published originally in the 1950s and it was cute. I'm going to give it 3 stars. It's a Christmassy time book set in France. And this older man who lives the hobo life, doesn't want to have a job, has this particular spot under the bridge that he likes to set up in. And one time he goes there and there are 3 children there, surprisingly enough. He's kind of a curmudgeon, doesn't want to open his heart to anybody, doesn't want to have to work. But these 3 kids weasel their way, sounds like manipulative, but he quickly kind of falls in love with these 3 kids and, their mom goes off to work during the day and leaves them kind of on their own, which is slightly surprising. But this old man kind of takes them under his wing and takes them to go see Father Christmas, one of the guys who works as a Santa in the store. and has them sing like busking on the street while he collects money to get them some food. They go and find a camp of Roma people, which in the 50s, I mean, now we know the term gypsy is not super kind, and that's all over the book. And I was like, oh, but they find this group of people who are transient and move around a lot, and they are so kind and generous and share everything they have with this family. And it just kind of has a happy ending. It was a very sweet story, like I said, but ultimately not going to be very memorable for me, and I don't think I would read it again. It did win a Newbery Honor, but I think it just is a nice holiday read about kindness and how this old man's heart was kind of changed by knowing these three kids. The kids themselves don't have very much personality in the book. I mean, their biggest thing is that they want to stay together because they're family. So like there's some sweet moments throughout the book. I was looking at some reviews, and some people had some issues with a couple things. Like there's a couple instances of stealing, or like the ends justify the means type of situations. But ultimately it just was a sweet, cute 100-page quick little story that was written before I was born. So if you take it for what it was in the time when it was written, I thought it's a lovely read. And that's all I'll say about that. I didn't get much farther in this one this morning while I was cooking, but the adventure is starting to really pick up, which I like. Peter Nimble connects with this other guy who is like part horse, part cat, part something else. I don't know. Something had happened to him, and they get kind of sent on an adventure to help somebody. So the one creature man is his eyes, and Peter is the one who's going to go solve the problem. So they go on this boat to the edge of the world, to the undiscovered parts of the land. And that's just about where I'm at right now. So I'm still very much at the beginning, like barely a quarter of the way through. So I will continue listening to that. But right now I'm going to, before I get up to get ready for the day, I'm going to do a couple sprints on my own of reading / cleaning. So I'm going to get back into Keeper of the Lost Cities. I did make good progress. I'm nearly halfway through this one. That is going to be it for now. I will check in later this afternoon, especially if I go for a walk somewhere. I'll bring you with me. But Jordan is doing good. He's resting. I made him a nice, good old breakfast of eggs and bacon. My house smells so good right now. It smells like bacon still. But it's just good to have him home. He's listening to the TV out in the other room and resting, and was able to sleep in his own bed last night for the first time in over a month. And that just must feel so good. I can't even imagine. But yeah, I'm enjoying a lazy Saturday, and I really love this nail color that I picked. It's going to be 70 something degrees tomorrow, and then on Monday 80 something. So I wanted something bright and fun for this little burst of warm temperatures. So that's it for now. I'll talk to you later. This is how I've been spending the last couple hours working on this puzzle. Super fun. This is like nice glare there, sorry. I started sorting out pieces. The edges were done, but I did all that Pepsi Cola business in the middle. It's hard because it's backwards. So I don't feel like I got that much done. But I have been listening to Peter Nimble, and I now have just 3.5 hours left. But I'm going to go now to the chiropractor and go for a walk. So I will continue listening on my walk. I did do a load of laundry, like washed, folded, put away laundry. And that's it. Super exciting Saturday around here. Guess who never put any makeup on today? Let me put these on. Hello, friends. It is now almost 9 p.m. and I am just about to do some reading sprints with my patrons. It's something new that I'm starting. I wanted to start at the beginning of the year, and then I just didn't. But I'm starting now once a month with my patrons, an extra reading sprint. I'm still going to do them on this channel every other weekend. But one more time a month, I'm going to do them with my patrons. So I'm going to start that at 9 o'clock, and I will be reading Keeper of the Lost Cities book. I read a little bit of it this morning, but this evening I finished Peter Nimble on audio when I went for a walk this afternoon, and then came home and worked on my puzzle a little bit more, and I finished it. It was really cute. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I already had talked about how it's not really like blind character representation. The character did happen to be blind, but it was a fantasy, and his blindness was not, I mean, he was able to still like get around very easily, and I don't know, it just wasn't really addressed very much. But it was very, I mean, it was addressed because it was in his fantastic eyes. Anyways, it was a fun adventure. I liked kind of the good versus evil, the quirky and like talking animals that show up later on in the story, the battle that needed to be fought towards the end. Yeah, I just thought it was a high stakes adventure that I think kids would really enjoy listening to. Probably, I mean, there was a couple scenes that get a little bit violent. So maybe like the older end of middle grade. Editing Krista here. I'm working on editing this video, and I really don't like how I've talked about Peter Nimble. As a seeing person, I do not have the right to say whether or not Peter Nimble was like blind rep or not. The main character was blind, and that's all I needed to say. I really can't speak to it with any kind of authority. And as I'm editing it, it's just not sitting well with me how I talked about it in this video. And rather than take it out, I just want to say that I can't really speak to it. I don't think that every book that has a blind character needs to be only about their blindness. A person who has a different body type or different abilities with their body doesn't need to only be about that. There can be fun adventure stories with a blind character. I don't know. I don't know how to speak about it appropriately, and I feel like I didn't speak about it appropriately in this video. So I just wanted to clarify. Peter Nimble was a blind character. It was a very fun book. Whether or not it felt like accurate representation, I cannot say that. Just wanted to say that here. Okay, bye. But anyways, then I picked up the audiobook of Born Behind Bars, which is a story set in India. It's by Padma Venkataraman, and it's set in India, and we follow this little boy who is born in prison. His mom is imprisoned for something that she never did, and he has spent his whole life in prison. But then he gets to a certain age, and I think it's like 10 or 11 years old, and he is no longer allowed to be in the prison with his mom, and they kind of release him to this man who says he's his uncle, and he's not. And so this little boy runs away and meets this young Roma girl who, which I think is kind of funny. Another book that I read today had a Roma child in it. This boy and this girl, she really kind of takes him under her wing and helps him to track down his family. And then his passion is to like help his mom get out of jail. I thought it was a lovely story. Oh my goodness. Very interesting about the prison system in India. We learn a little bit about the caste system, because he is considered of the lowest caste. We learn a little bit about that, and the religious tension between Hindus and Muslims in the different states in India. It was just very interesting. It was a very quick audiobook, I think maybe like 5 or 6 hours, but I listened to it at increased speed, and again, just worked on my puzzle and made steak bowls for dinner for me and Jordan. But yeah, really, really enjoyed that. So guys, I finished 3 books today. I have not officially said I'm aiming for a book a day, and I'm not, but I'm close to it. I'm past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my 6th book of the month that I just finished. So I'm a book ahead, actually. So am I going to try for a book a day? Maybe. We'll see. It's not official, but I'm just going to keep reading as much as I can and loving it. So yeah, if you haven't picked up or heard of Born Behind Bars, this would fit the Asian main character prompt, and also the orphan prompt. The friend that he meets, Rainey, she is an orphan. She's not the main character, but she's pretty important throughout the story. So you could count it if you wanted to. Very good. Very, very good story. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready for my Zoom sprints with my patrons. I'm very excited. I need to go check if Jordan needs anything as well. So I may get on one more time this evening, or I may not. We'll see. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I am in the car headed to go to church so I can get a couple things set up for the kids before I have to go up to worship practice. I'm not playing piano today, which is why I did not practice with you. Normally I do if I'm on the keys, but this week I'm just singing, and I'm actually leading a couple of the songs. So I'm just going to be singing today. It is beautiful here. Already it's 65 and it's going to get into the 70s today. Unbelievably spring-like weather. Spring, early summer. When I lived in New York, 65 was like the beginning of summer. No, it's Virginia, and it's March. I almost said February. It's March. But yeah, I had a wonderful Zoom reading sprints with some patrons last night. It was super spur of the moment, so we only had a handful show up. But that's my fault because I didn't really give any warning ahead of time, so I will in the future give a lot more warning. But I just was going to be home reading anyway, so I'm like, let me invite my patrons to join in. So we had a nice little reading sprint last night on Zoom, which is fun. I plan on doing that monthly, which is going to be awesome. But now I'm headed to church. I'm not going to listen to, I was just listening to some booktube. I actually just listened to the beginning of a vlog by Murphy Napier. I don't watch all of her videos anymore, but she was reviewing or reading in the beginning of her vlog The Last Quintista, and so I wanted to hear her thoughts about that one. And she loved it, of course, because it's a fabulous book. So that was kind of fun to just hear her reactions and thoughts. And she's so good about the way she talks about books. She's very clear and talks about the themes and the things that she really liked and didn't like about it. I just really appreciated how she talked about The Last Quintista. It was really great to watch that this morning. So now I'm going to put on the songs that I'm going to be singing today and start to warm up my voice a little bit. I have a few things to do in the kids' room before worship team starts at 9:15. It's 8:30 right now. So I have to go get a few things done. But I will see if I can get somebody to film a clip at some point of me singing, just because that's fun. But if not, whatever, I'll talk to you later this afternoon. Okay, bye. I'm backstage with the worship team today. Hello, everybody. And Cindy. Whoop, whoop. Ready to worship. Hello, my friends. It is Sunday afternoon. I don't know, 2:30, 3? I don't know what time it is. And my glasses are off, so I can't see the clock over there. I just finished having lunch super late because I had to stay over at church for a little while this afternoon. And then I came home and filmed 2 videos. I needed to film more, but I think I'm just going to stop at 2. Part of me just wants to take a nap, but it's so nice outside. So I think I'm going to take a walk instead of a nap. And then maybe I'll just sit on my porch reading for a little bit this afternoon. But it's just really nice outside. It's, I think, 75 or 76 degrees. Look at that random spaghetti squash on a shelf that it doesn't belong. What is it doing up there? Oh my word. Yeah, so I am going to go for a walk. I'm convincing myself. Be outside for a little bit because it's just really beautiful out there right now. And I had downloaded or put Counting by Sevens I found from the library, from the Libby app online audiobook. So that is going to be the audiobook that I start listening to for middle grade March. But I also want to start listening to, I think I decided on Sparks Like Stars by Nadia Hashimi. I think it was my January patron pick book, which I still haven't read, for my next adult book. Either that or The Love Song of Missy Carmichael. I can't remember which one I wanted to read next. I know that I have Sparks Like Stars already saved on Scribd. I don't know if I could find The Love Song of Missy Carmichael. Love Song of Missy Carmichael. So I'm going to do Sparks Like Stars and or Counting by Sevens while I go for a walk. And then I'm going to come back and read Keeper of the Lost Cities again because Danny from Spinelli Speaks and Laura from the Book Bubbler are doing reading sprints, I think at 5:30. So I'm going to participate in those. And yeah, it's just going to kind of be a chill evening. I have a piece of furniture that I really need to put together because the box has been sitting in my house for a couple weeks now, since before my mom came, which was like 2 weeks ago. So I really need to put that together. So I might work on that this afternoon or this evening. Instead of puzzling while I listen to audiobook, I might go and try to put that together instead, because I really would like to get that done and that box out of here. So, but first I need to go enjoy being outside while it's so beautiful today. So that is the plan for the next little bit. Yeah, I feel like I'm currently only reading Keeper of the Lost Cities. I finished everything I was in the middle of. So it's kind of fun to start a few things today. I'm not going to start another print book because I really want to make progress on Keeper. I am starting a buddy read of When You Trap a Tiger tomorrow. So I want to make sure to not start another print book because that would be too much. I also need to get ready for tomorrow's Instagram post because we're announcing our next challenge. Well, it will be announced today. This is Monday when you're watching this. It will be announced today, and I need to get that together because it's a little bit of a challenge this week. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do for that, since Monday is my middle grade March day on Instagram, on our middle grade March Instagram. So anyways, happy Sunday. I hope you're all having, well, when you watch this, I hope that you had a wonderful Sunday. I'm going to go put my walk-in shorts on, pants, whatever they are, capris, and get outside. Yay. Hello, friends. I am going to wrap up this vlog here because it's 8:30 and I'm in my pajamas. I just really rubbed my eyes hard and now I have raccoon eyes. Sorry about that. Anyways, it's 8:30 and I'm going to edit this vlog and hopefully get a little bit more reading time in tonight, because I did spend a few minutes on Danny and Laura's live reading sprints on their Double Booked Co channel and got a few more chapters. I shouldn't say a lot, but a few more chapters read of this, and it got to a super intense part that is not quite over and I really want to continue. But I'm making myself stop so that I can get some editing done, which on a vlog takes a little bit longer. Not really. Everything takes me long when it comes to editing. But I had a good weekend. I finished Born Behind Bars, Peter Nimble, The Family Under the Stairs, and I did finish Voyager. So I finished 4 books, even though one of them I started in February, and I made another like couple hundred pages dent in Nightfall. So I had a fabulous reading weekend. Plus it was beautiful. I did go for a walk today and just got outside. It was a little overcast. It was a lot overcast and windy. And I think it might've even sprinkled after I came back in, but I just needed to be outside in the 70-degree weather, and it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. So I'm sure I'll get outside tomorrow too. But it just felt nice to move my body and get around outside a little bit. I'm glad that I chose that instead of a nap. Yeah, and church was great this morning. Yesterday was good. I didn't really do anything except go to the chiropractor. I did not put my piece of furniture together, so I still have that big box on the floor in the other room. This week. It's going to happen this week. I'm determined. Oh man. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this weekend vlog, and I look forward to chatting with you down in the comments, and I will talk to you in another video very soon. But that's going to be it for today. Bye, friends.